Hey, what is up guys, it is Zulfur here. Welcome to KSP. Okay, so I'm going to start that new awesome series that I said I was going to start before. Now this is a brand new save. That memory stick I actually never managed to find. So with this one here, I can't continue the save game. What am I doing? I'm going to start a new one. Now, got to pick a flag. Alright, that one's cool. Oh no, the rings are cool. So we'll call player name. Well, what's a good name? Zulfur Space Academy of Awesomeness. ZSAOA. Zulfur Space Academy of Awesomeness. Okay, so what this series is gonna entail even is gonna be me like performing a space program that you would actually perform. So obviously I'm going to start with the basics. I'm going to send a probe into a very low Kerbal orbit to grab all the data from the world and map out the planet basically. So remote guidance, beginner level core. I think we'll go with this first basic probe module. So we're going to bring that up, and we need to send it into space to map the planet. So obviously on the top of this, what I'm going to add to it is some advanced SAS module. Yeah, that can be good. Maybe not actually. Not yet. So on the top of this probe we're going to need, I'm going to put a Rockamax adapter on it, and on top of that what I need, some scientific-y stuff. Cometron, long range, high speed. So we'll send we'll send one of these high speed cometrons into orbit first. No, I don't want that. I want an angle snap. That's right. Hopefully that's semi in the middle. So it's pretty much going to be a little satellite. That's close enough. That'll do us for, maybe it won't. Go in the middle. Okay, that'll do us for our communications. So this needs a small fuel tank for the space stage, so we can bring it down if we want to. So we'll put this small fuel, small fuel tank on. Yeah, or is that, there is a smaller one there. We'll put that one on the smallest possible sort of probe we can get. And now on that we'll put a, no, where's the poodle? There's the engine called the poodle for the space stage and correct the new orbits and stuff. So this is going to be our first communication satellite and mapping out the world satellite. Okay, so what else do we need on this bit? I'm going to put my, oh that's right, I will be playing with the MechJeb because I'm really crap against having to space. This thing doesn't need any RCS fuel, I'm pretty sure. So we'll get that. We have some propulsion now. We need a decoupler actually, as the music changes. Smooth. Decoupler. Where are the decouplers again? Structural, that's right. Rockamax decoupler. Yeah, that's what we want. And then we do want a Rockamax fuel tank here. I always make the same into orbit stage. It does me well. With a few modifications I can get anything that I want really into orbit. Apart from if you're gonna like put huge massive payloads in, then that's not a good thing to put into orbit. Okay, so more structure. We need a radial decoupler. I'm gonna have 4. No, we'll go 3. We'll have 3 other Rockamax fuel tanks to burn before this one, and then we'll jettison those. We'll jettison those and then take over that with my engine. I'm gonna put some struts on in case it's a bit unstable, which I doubt with a design like this. Still. Okay, so this is gonna be called the, sorry for the background noise. This is gonna be called the Zulfur. No, just the Zulfnuk. The Zulfnuk, like the Sputnik. The Zulfnuk 1. God, freaking noisy in the background. I need to work on something. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna launch the Zulfur 1. Oh wow. Little do they know they're gonna be on YouTube. Oh well. While this loads, I have a drink of my water. Okay. Hopefully they shut up soon. Right, what are we going to do? Open up MechJeb and we're going to use the ascent guidance. So, I'm going to put it on a low 100-kilometer orbit, corrective steering, prevent overheats, and... Nope, that's fine. And we're going to engage. Launch. Launch. That took its time. Okay, so it's a probe, so there's no Kerbals on board. Obviously, they've done so many simulations beforehand to get this takeoff, to get the knowledge of how actually they're going to get into orbit. So this is the first real thing into orbit. They're going to launch a satellite for communications purposes and mapping out the world. So as they get up, I'm going to get into space. They see the brave Kerbals controlling this probe in the space center are looking out over onto the moon now, saying we wish we could go there. After a few satellites and a few things in orbit, first Kerbal in orbit, we'll be able to send the first Kerbals to the moon, and the other Kerbals Mimas, depending on how you want to say it. Okay, so we're about to jettison the first stage. Oh well, no fear. Poodle engine. Hopefully this was enough to push us into orbit. We had a bit of a launch spaff there. I'm not sure that this has enough fuel to push us into orbit though. This is going to be tight. This first launch might be a failure. The Kerbals could have done the calculations wrong. We're still gaining velocity though, and we might, by the skin of our teeth, be able to push us into orbit. Oh, yep. Now we're actually on a bit of fuel, and we have that 100-kilometer apoapse. So now we're getting into orbit. Even with that staging mishap, we still manage to get this probe into orbit. And one thing I didn't put on this thing was solar panels. So what's going to happen is it's going to have to burn its engine for power. Actually, it was just a big doo-doo by me. So the next probe we launch will have solar panels on it, because the Kerbals will learn this thing will soon, 80 days later, come out of the atmosphere and crash and burn back into Kerbin's atmosphere. Because that's what happens. So we're going to circleize the orbit now, the maneuver node here. Hopefully we have enough juice to circulize, however we want to say it. Okay, and almost, yep. This thing is now in orbit. Okay, so with this in orbit, oh, this probe absolutely has no torque, I don't think. It has no torque whatsoever. I can't move it. Now, it can map out the planet when it wants to. Hope this thing was probably going to fall out of orbit and die. That's generally what happens to the first satellites. So, had a few bit of errors there. Forgot to put actual solar panels on it. So, that was a bit of a bummer for me. Yeah. This is the first thing they've got into space, and they've realised their mistake. I've realised my mistake. And next time, we can send another bigger satellite in and get more long-range communications going. Because now they've got the first thing in orbit, it's only a matter of time to get the second thing in orbit. Thank you for watching. See you next time.